Struggling to turn expired listings into real conversations? Today's Smile Dial isn't just another work session. It's a masterclass in seller connection. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrance, where the right words unlock real results.
Embracing the power that we're global agents, that we choose to find the business that is going to make sense and feel good for the model that we're creating. It is okay to test something out, to dig in fully and make your decision afterwards, whether you're making an adjustments to it or entirely remove it to try something different. And express offers is an opportunity to open the door for people who have raised their hands and said, interested in selling my property. We have Terrance Clark from Express Offers on the stage, who graces us on Tuesdays from 8:30 to 8:50-ish, depending on where else in the virtual world or the real world that he needs to teleport to after us. Thank you, Terrance, for showing up like you always do, for being a resource for us here at EXP, and we value your time. The stage is yours.
Greetings and welcome to my channel. I am Makeba, your global realtor based in Atlanta, Georgia, connected with phenomenal agents in all 50 states and nearly 30 countries. Yes, I sell earth. And whether you're new to these real estate streets or a seasoned pro, this is your home for tools, strategy, systems, and real talk to help you build a business that changes lives, yours and your clients. Here you'll find videos on prospecting, marketing, lead generation, social media strategy, and more, all designed to elevate your business and your mindset. Thank you for rocking with me today. Whether you're joining live or watching a replay, know that you're part of a global community of agents committed to excellence. So grab your device, get ready to learn, and let's hit these global real estate streets together.
I want to just take a second to applaud you all for waking up and joining us today, deciding that you're going to actually work on you and your business so that you can implement and execute. I think, those are the things that are going to really help the market to move. So giving you all a big round of applause for showing up this morning. I wanted to see who do we have here today that wants to practice something? Who are you calling? And how can we practice that? Whether I'm the agent and you're the seller, if you want to throw out some of the objections that you've heard, anybody have something they want to practice or they want to hear? I know I can get Makeba definitely to be a seller, so that's not an issue. But if you have something you want to hear, throw it in the chat or on mic, and we'll practice it really quickly.
This is a safe space, everyone.
I was trying to be shy, but I guess I won't be. I'm okay with role playing any scenario. I would say for me, my business is very listing centric. So I am my target audience is sellers.
Okay. So one last question before I
Sure.
play with you. Um, is the expired something that you're already doing? Is that already aligned with
Yes,
the business? Okay, so let me try to be the agent, and what I want you to be thinking about is would this work? Would this pathway work or make it easier for you to get more listing appointments? Is that fair?
that is fair. Let's go.
Okay. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, Deidre, this is Terrance from eXp Realty. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, just trying to stay dry. This weather looks like it's gonna be nasty today.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, listen, I wanted to give you a quick call. I noticed that you had 123 Main Street come off the market. Looks like it was unsold, but I did want to verify. Is it still available or did you get that one sold?
It's still available currently.
Okay, and you're aware obviously that it came off the market?
Oh, no, I wasn't aware that it came off the market. When did it come off the market?
I'm showing that it came off the market 2 days ago, but I was just again giving you a call to check and see if it was still available or if anything had changed.
No, I still am looking to sell it actually.
Okay, okay. Well, I actually found your house by a search that I set up for a network of buyers who I'm working with, who have identified the area around 123 Main as a point of interest. Based off of your spec of home, it is something that they could potentially be interested in. And so again, I'm just curious if if I was able to bring you an offer that could close in, I don't know, 15 to 21 days, would that pose a problem for you or?
21 days? No, but I don't want to accept a lowball offer. Like, I'm not interested in giving my house away.
Sure. And what makes you think that you would be doing that? Just curious.
Well, I've heard, so many times about, basically investors coming in and basically just taking your house for little to nothing. So I don't want to give it away. I still want to make profit.
Gotcha, gotcha. It sounds to me like you have heard about those either fix and flip investors or the wholesalers that really come in and try to purchase houses for pennies on the dollar with the intention of, trying to add some value and then reselling the house. Am I hearing that correctly?
That is correct. That's exactly what my experience has been.
Okay. And I'm assuming just looking at some of these pictures, your house is in pretty good condition.
It is. I've kept excellent maintenance and I have records of everything.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so I do work with investors, but I work with investors that also have different strategies. So not all of the investors I work with are those fix and flip investors. I do have some who are buy and hold investors, which just means they make their money a little bit differently than what a fix and flip investor would. They make their money on what's called yield. And so that's just a month to month cash flow. And so because of that, they're actually looking at your house and valuing it a lot differently than what a fix and flip investor would. And usually that means that they can pay a lot closer to retail. If I was able to get you an offer from one of those type of investors, is it something that you think you would consider or?
I would absolutely consider that.
Okay. Well, I think the next logical step would just be for me to come out and take a look at the house. This network of buyers, they really tasked me with doing some of the legwork to make sure that it is something that is viable for their strategy. I'm actually going to be in the neighborhood t tomorrow, the 11th between 4 and 6, and then again on the 12th between 5 and 7. Which one of those days works best for you?
Probably the 12th.
The 12th between 5 and 7. And what time can we narrow down?
Probably 6:30 would probably be the best time. That's what time I get home.
Okay, 6:30. Do you need maybe like 15 minutes just to kind of get yourself settled, or can I meet you there at
That
6:30?
that would be great because you know how we like to go to the restroom as soon as we get
For
home. Yeah,
sure, for
that'd be
sure. It's
awesome.
been a long day, right? Okay, so I'll meet you on the 12th at 6:45. And I'm gonna go ahead and send you some information about me, my team, and what it is that we do, just so you know who you're meeting with and you're prepared. Is Deidre123 at KV Core the right email for you?
It is.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and send that over with a calendar invite. And Deidre, if anything changes between now and the 12th, will you just reach out to me via email or via text, just so then we can reschedule?
Sure, I can do that. I can
Okay,
do
I
that.
look forward to seeing you on the 12th.
I look forward to meeting you as well. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Deidre, as far as our role play, is that something based off your experience with expireds and those withdrawn listings? Is that something you see as a that could be a viable strategy for you?
Oh, absolutely. I love the verbiage. I actually took some notes here. So yeah, I like the way that it was phrased, especially differentiating between the different investors. So that is absolutely something that I can add to script because that is one of the main objections that I receive is people not wanting to sell to an investor because they feel that they will be undercut in their profits. So being able to talk through the different types of differentiating between the investors and having that language, I think that was a good value add for me. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad that helped. Definitely something I experienced as well in terms of the seller pushback is the low ball offer, so on and so forth. And I want to tell like the agents on the call, one, I as an investor, I never even describe offers as low ball offers. It's like something that is completely out of my mind, just because I do have that understanding of the model and what they're trying to achieve. So I think when we do, have that understanding, it's easier for us to explain it to the seller so they could say right away, no, that doesn't fit my house, right? My house is in good shape. I don't need a fix and flip investor to buy it for pennies on the dollars. I need someone who's either going to live here or, market it to somebody who's going to live here so that they see it the top value. So I imagine you have that understanding, but if anybody on this call or watching the replay doesn't, that's something you definitely want to dive into. Any other role plays? I know it is 8:50 and I do need the time today, but I can squeeze in one more if there's something that you want to role play or practice.
I'd love to role play just actual listing setting appointment, not necessarily. I mean, express offers can be part of that because as we see, we have to set the appointment to actually go see the property to ensure that it meets whatever qualifications for whomever the buyer is going to be. And I don't have to facilitate it, but I would love to if we could.
And based off of the conversation that we just had with the expireds, how do you see the listing appointment going? Is that something you're going to do at that first appointment, or what do you have in your mind?
Say that question one more time.
How do
My
you,
intention is to seal that appointment at first conversation to make that listing appointment.
okay, so let's say we get the appointment. Is
Mhm.
it your intention on that appointment to do a listing presentation while you're there?
Yes.
So I would just say, as someone who is in this niche, I wouldn't advise on that
Ah,
because you're calling and you're telling them, hey, I may potentially have an offer for you. And if I tell them that and then I go out and have an appointment and then I make my appointment about a listing, it's going to come off as a bait and switch.
understood.
Yeah,
But
I suppose the idea is just to go and see that person face to face, shake their hands, give them, a feeling of who you are, and then walk around the house just for you to, as you said, the excuse was that you were going to check how the house actually is in order
Mhm.
to have an idea if that could be an option for the investors for your market. So I think that is important when you go and see them and then you give them your feeling, you give them your vibe, then they will know if they will move forward with you because if you bring the listing agreement that day, like, I don't think they will do anything anyway. They won't sign anything.
Yeah, I think it definitely, again, speaking at scale, not, each individual seller is going to be different. You may walk into the appointment, and you and the seller click right away, and they've decided at that appointment, you're the person who they want to work with. So I wouldn't advise not to bring your paperwork, right? If you get that feeling, you want to lock it in. But as far as like overall system, I think it's very important on that first meeting to go out and do and perform on what it is that we said we were there for. So let's find out what the condition of the house is. Let's see if we can build a little bit more rapport with the seller. Let's find out what their motivation is. And then we want to set a expectation that there's a follow-up appointment to this. So, hey, Mr. Seller, thank you for showing me your house. Have all the details that I need. Let's set up maybe to meet up in 48 hours. I'll have some feedback for you to go over. And then that second appointment is where I'd say is the bread and butter for the listing appointment because I'm going to present the cash offer, the as is offer, use a net sheet. But right after that, after I'm done with that, I'm going to sit there in silence. I know it's super awkward. And then I'm going to wait for their response. Most of the times, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, that is way too low. I can't accept an offer like that. And you know what? I totally get it, Mr. Seller. These properties or these offers are coming from investors who are looking to profit from your home. Likely, you would see highest and best, top dollar offers from someone who's actually going to live in the property. Here's my listing plan and strategy of how we can put this home in front of the people who would actually live here, and then go into kind of your listing appointment to lock down the business.
Yeah, because Terrance is sharing 48 hours, but after you are in the home, the first right of refusal that we have with our partner in place is instantaneous. based on the information that you share. So within that other time span that you have, that's when you are preparing for your next step. As you have gone and you've built rapport, you continue to communicate with the seller, checking in with them, asking them, of course, if it's a for sale by owner, how did the open house go? Or, typically they may have shared something with you. We have an offer coming in, I'm waiting for, so you're continuing to build the anticipation of whenever this 48-hour window is going to be so you can present what your next step is.
So I understood, Clark, that you said that you will go back with an offer, and if they say that it's too low, it looks like an investment, a flip and flop, then you will turn the listing into a regular listing appointment. Like I can list it for you to the regular market.
Yep, we want to use CARC in that example, right? CARC is just the objection handling framework. We want to clarify, then we want to acknowledge, then we want to respond, then we want to close. So if they say it's too low, try to ask some questions about why they feel it's too low. Is this if you accept this offer, is this preventing you from getting from A to B? Right? We want to understand why do they feel the way that they feel? Then we need to acknowledge that, yeah, okay, yeah, it potentially is too low. This is coming from an investor who wants to make profit. So that may not be the scenario for you, especially if you do not need the speed, the convenience, and the control of an as-is sale. If there was a way for me to help you get your house put in front of the buyers who would likely see the most value in your home and be willing to live in it, is that something you would consider? All right, we're just going down the line of questioning. We want to make sure that our solution is aligned with their goals and their motivation, but we're using the as is offer just as a way to get in the door, just as a way to start a conversation. And that's really, yes, as express offers manager, I want to see as many properties close within the platform as possible. I would love that. But for you and your business, it has to be about conversion. And your conversion, one of your most important KPIs is going to be how many conversations can you have? How many appointments can you have? Right? And then converting those appointments to either transactions via cash offers or listings. But I think also another thing about the cash offer is that allows your seller to get real about pricing kind of early on. You're allowed to say, hey, this came from an investor, but looking at your house after have been through it, right? You now have seen the house, touched, see, felt, smelt the house. You can make real feedback, right? Give them real insight to what they need to do in order to come on the market. And I know one of my favorite people is on the call. Ashley probably has some good experience with kind of walking through the steps, right? From the point of presenting an as is offer as potential solution to then converting to a traditional listing. So I do have to jump, but that may be something that we can get her to talk about in the next couple of weeks if she lets me put the pressure on her.
And Terrance, I hear you say that you have to go to your next space in virtual world or reality. Can you let everybody know how they can connect with you in the future?
So great. I always forget to do that. Thank you. Today at 11 a.m., we will mastermind for express offers, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. That event can be found in the express offers workplace group. Makeba, I'm sure will also post the link as you guys end Smile Dial. And then tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, we will have another role play session. But we do have a script book for anybody who wants to look at the scripts that we use in the express offers. One of the scripts that I used going over expires with Deidre earlier. But get that script booked and practice. If you're not practicing in this setting with among your peers, then practice with your family. They don't know any better. They don't know when you mess up. I know sometimes role playing with agents, it's like, oh, did I mess up? There's a lot of pressure because you think that the agents are like judging you for messing up. But I promise you, in these spaces, it's all about collaboration. It's about like team growth. We just want to see everybody, get better and have the type of business that you want. So you don't have to be nervous to role play either here or tomorrow again in our role play at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard.
All right. Thank you again, Terrance. We will see you at 11 o'clock. I will share that link inside of our chat when it is closer to that time. It is 9 o'clock. I need a couple of minutes to stretch and go freshen up my coffee. So we will be officially beginning S.M.I.L.E Dial probably at 9:05. This is definitely a time for you to go ahead and prepare who it is that you're going to call, freshen your coffee, stretch if you need to get your battle station ready.
If you got value from today's S.M.I.L.E Dial session, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. I check in periodically and love hearing your wins and questions. If you're curious about joining me at eXp Realty, the link is in the description. Let's talk and see if it's a good fit for you and your goals, and for myself as well. I will see you on the next one. But until then, get on the phones, make some appointments, and get some homes sold. Your people need you. Peace.